When we took over 888 Memorial Drive on International Women's Day in 1971, so there's like 500 people in the building, a lot, for days. We're there one night, there were probably 150 women inside, maybe the second night of the takeover, and one of the lesbians goes over and puts out a slow song, at which point the straight women there go, "Who put that on?" Right? And a couple of the lesbians who started dancing slow said, "We did." And so it was like a shocking moment, a realization of what it means to share the same space. At the same time, we were part of anti-war efforts, whatever the issues were, people were linking up. It wasn't a separatist situation. It was called autonomy. There wasn't much mixing within. Like now you really see people trying to build very diverse groups and make sure that everybody's voice is recognized, heard, different culture, it's like a process that's completely different than then. Then it was like there were white-dominated women's movements, there were black women organizing over here, there were Latinas particularly in New York as part of the Puerto Rican struggle who were emerging. Then there were black movements in general, both, the gay liberation, lesbian liberation, breaking off both from gay liberation and female, women's liberation. So all this was going on, but there was communication. It didn't mean a non-dialogue.
There's a history of division and struggle within the lesbian feminist community, but within the feminist community, based on gender, based on race, based on class. And so in a lot of ways I don't connect with that history as my own. I connect with it as an academic or historically significant period and struggle that is extraordinarily important to me and to what I have the ability to do now as a woman, as a lesbian, as a womanist. Like, it's important to me to understand my history, but I don't feel necessarily connected to it, as family, as human.
We then gave the Women's Center as an address for in case people want to get in touch with anybody. Well, we got thousands and thousands of letters from all over. Women in the military, women here, in Podunk, wherever. I think. So that's kind of like that moment when people who thought they were alone found connection through this chapter. And maybe that's the beauty of what the chapter offered, and wouldn't have offered so much if it had just been a subsection within some other chapter.
So being able to, the first semester, find these people, and a lot of them were a lot younger than me, a lot of them were freshmen, and see that I would say something and not everyone would jump down my throat because they didn't think it was true, but that it was this common agreement. It was really pretty great. You keep coming back, you get sucked in, and afterwards I was like, we're not a cult, we're just really nice. There's just this sense of community that is really hard to find.
So, I have to struggle between these two worlds. Is that how do I establish myself, both as a transsexual woman of color who is heterosexual in her sexual orientation, and who wants to contribute to the LGBT community, because I do belong to this community. I'm not outside of it. But there is a resistance.
Just about family, it's gay family because we're gay, but whoever it is, whoever makes it, comprises it, does not, to me, okay, so I'm calling this rule, to me doesn't have to be gay, right? Your gay family is your family because you've created it almost as a gay cultural phenomenon. But my gay family is my biological family is part of my gay family. So I'm connected to my biological family, and I'm like, okay, no, y'all come together.
I find myself to be integrated now, but it took a long time. It was an invested effort on my part.
I think it's really important to cross boundaries. I don't like being ghettoized anywhere.
Is what is the surprising and amazing potential of humans, is that we have the capacity to let go of our egos and let go of our eyes in us and ourselves and come together with the faculty of what is common among us. And I think we as communities need to realize that commonality, and we need to bind together, not in an antagonistic way against some kind of a force that we should quell or kill, but in a way that will empower us to move forward. And that's all I have to say. We are all unique people, and our uniqueness makes us wonderful and beautiful, and we have to celebrate that beauty.